Good morning, children. Welcome to the class of science. Today we are going to start up with our first chapter. The name of the chapter is Crop Production and Management. The name of the chapter is Crop Production and Management. So let us start with our topic by the definition of crops. What do you mean by crops? Crops are plants of same kind, of same species, when are grown on the same land with a large amount are called as crops. When plants of same species are grown on large scale, we call such plants as crops. Now, what kinds of crops are grown in India? Various kinds of crops are grown in India according to the regions of India. So the highest rainfall receiving area in India, the farmers there will always cultivate which crop? The crop which needs more water is rice. The moderate region such as say Maharashtra, the farmers there will grow sugarcane, groundnut, cotton. So these are various crops that are grown according to the regions. Now some places like deserts, the crops like pomegranate fruit is grown there. Bajra is grown there because these crops require less water. So these are the various crops that are grown in India. It also includes cotton, soya bean, jute, millets, then sugarcane, groundnuts, cotton seed, sunflower seeds. Then you have a large variety of crops which are grown in India. So we will move to our next slide, that is different cropping patterns in India. There are two major cropping patterns observed in India. The very first cropping pattern is Kharif crops. What are Kharif crops? The crops which are grown in rainy season are called as Kharif crops. The examples of Kharif crops are groundnut, soya bean, maize, etc. And what is the duration of rainy season in India? The duration is from June to September. In this period, we sow certain seeds of Kharif crops. Next cropping pattern is the Rabi crops. The plants which are grown in winter season are called as the Rabi crops. The plants which are sown in winter season are called as Rabi crops. Now, what is the duration of winters in India? It is from October to March. So in this period, we sow out certain crops which requires colder condition for their growth. Some examples of Rabi crops are wheat, gram, then you have linseed. These all examples are of Rabi crops. The third category, which is not that important but still we consider it as it is Z crops. Z crops are those crops which are grown during summer season. Few examples of Z crops are muskmelon, watermelon, you have cucumber. These crops are generally grown in summer season. You have mangoes. So the duration of summer season is in India from March to June. And during this period, these summer crops are obtained. So children, these were main two cropping patterns which are observed in India. They are Kharif crops, Rabi crops and Z crops. In our next slide, we will see that what are different preparations conducted during crop production. It may be preparation of soil, sowing of seeds, then it may be using of fertilizers, it may be removal of weeds, it may be the harvesting stage, and the last stage is our storage stage. We are going to see all these stages one by one in detail in our next lecture. So this was all for this small lecture. It is a very simple concept we have seen today. That is, what do we mean by crops, and what are different cropping patterns in India, and what are different practices that a farmer conducts to prepare to cultivate a crop. I hope, children, you have understood this small concept. Thank you very much. We will see the latter part in our next lecture.